Martha McSally is a veteran Air Force combat pilot. As a Republican representing Arizona, she is now on the front lines of a political battle in one of the most heated Senate races in all the country. And she's got a well-funded Democrat candidate running against her, and they all want to take control of the U.S. Senate. I read her book. It's called Dare to Fly, and after that, I became a true fan of this trailblazing patriot and was convinced that America needs to keep her in the Senate. I sat down with her. I visited with her earlier to talk about what it will take to keep the Senate majority in the red. Here's the interview. Senator, we're in the last days prior to this election. Yours is one of the most hotly contested races in America. Let's begin with the amount of money that has been thrown against you. You must be a real threat to the Democrats and to the far left, because I don't get the impression they like you very much.
Well, thanks, Mike. I was a fighter pilot, flew the A-10 Warthog in the Air Force, and we used to say, you know you're over the target when you're getting flack. So, yep, Chuck Schumer is realizing, he thinks Arizona is his path to power. And my sole mission now is to ensure that Chuck Schumer is not in power and the radical left is not able to take over and ram their agenda down our throat. So I'm standing on that wall, and that's my mission. And we're going to fight this thing out, but we've got to make sure we win.
When you were with us last time, we were talking about your book, Dare to Fly. I have told many people that if people would read your book, they would absolutely vote for you. There's no way they couldn't. It is such a powerful story of your patriotism, your heroism, and your willingness to take on any kind of obstacle, as you have done for the people of Arizona in the Senate race. What is it that your opponent throws at you? Because honestly, just looking at it, I'm not sure why they would say, let's get rid of Martha McSally.
Well, thanks. Look, they're using fear tactics all over the country. They're trying to scare people with lies, saying we're trying to take away pre-existing conditions, which is not true.
Not true.
We're actually trying to bring the cost of health care down so people have choices, because the Affordable Care Act has failed so many people in Arizona. But it's scare tactics, and no kidding, they're attacking me, attacking my integrity. The irony there is integrity first is the top core value of our Air Force. I lived 26 years. It's the top core value of my life, my official office, my campaign office. I mean, everybody who knows me will know, integrity first. They call each other out on it because they know it's so important to me. If they say something funny that's not true, they're like, oh, integrity first. So look, they don't have anything. They just know that they want power, and they are willing to do it at all costs. I've been standing up for freedoms. I've been fighting for our way of life, our constitutional rights. I put my life on the line for it. And now here I am ensuring that we keep that Senate majority.
The Second Amendment is an issue very important to people across the country, but especially in Arizona. Your opponent has made it very clear that he's not a big fan of the Second Amendment and would love to see a big chunk of it virtually repealed by legislation and regulation. I have to believe that's got to be a defining issue in the race for Arizona people.
Absolutely. I'm Arizona's Second Amendment senator. I've shot the biggest gun of anybody in Congress with a 30 millimeter on the A-10. My opponent over the last decade has built one of the most sophisticated, radical political operations, supporting candidates like Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, all focused on taking away our Second Amendment rights. Arizonans like their Second Amendment freedoms. This guy will be the leader of coming after our guns, and we need to make sure that we hold this seat for that reason, many other reasons. But the Second Amendment is on the ballot, and I'm your Second Amendment senator.
There's another reason the Arizona people ought to vote for you. This is very personal to me. You're a dog person. You love your dogs. And anybody who loves dogs has got to be a good human being. So how could anybody go wrong voting for you? I got to throw that in there.
Exactly. I have a rescue golden retriever named Boomer. He's more popular than I am out on the campaign trail. So hopefully, people will vote for Boomer too.
We've got less than a minute, but I've got to throw in that your opponent is an astronaut, but there was a group of astronauts who wrote a letter in support of you, not him. I thought that was very significant. You must have felt good that even his own peers selected you as their choice for senator.
Yes. I'm very honored. We have a number of astronauts. And then just this week, we had a number of Navy fighter pilots who also came out very strongly for me. Look, this is about whether we want our freedoms, our way of life, opportunity, border security, sanctity of life, Second Amendment rights, lower taxes, less regulation, all the things that are on the ballot, or whether you want to vote for him is a vote for Chuck Schumer, which is a vote for the radical left. That's the bottom line. But we've got everything coming against us here. We got to get our final messages out. If people want to help, they can go to McSallyForSenate.com. I'd be grateful for everybody's support. We've just got to make sure we save the country. Arizona is the battleground state to hold the line and save our freedoms and our way of life.
You just reminded me why you're one of my very favorite senators. Senator Martha McSally, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope people will read your book, Dare to Fly. It's absolutely a spellbinding story, and we thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Mike. I'm really honored.
You can follow Martha McSally on social media and visit her website, mcsally.senate.gov. Read more about the incredible work that she's doing for the state of Arizona. And if you want to help keep the Senate red and keep her there, you can contribute to her campaign at McSallyForSenate.com.